Hey guys, it's Melanie and welcome to the continuation of my makeup purge for the beginning of the year. As I said in yesterday's brush purge video, which by the way, if you missed it, I will link that down below. I like to do this once a year at least, where I go through my makeup. I take out the things that I'm not using, things that I don't care for anymore, products that are expired or have gone bad, and I like to get rid of those things. If things can be sanitized, I will sanitize those products and I will pass them along to either my nieces, my mom, or my sister-in-laws. I just kind of get a bag full of things and then give it to whoever wants it, essentially. So I have a lot of makeup that I pulled this go around. So I'm gonna do this video in two parts. The first part that you're gonna see today are a lot of eyeshadow palettes. This was really hard for me. Eyeshadow palettes are definitely something that I have a tendency to want to hoard, but there were a lot of things that I knew I wasn't going to be using on a regular basis any longer, and I would like for them to go to a place where they can get some more use. I have a feeling that my nieces are probably going to get the vast majority of these eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys through. Before I get started, please don't anybody message me and give me your address, or worse yet, leave your address in the comments down below. I have had people do that in the past. I'm not sending out my used makeup products to random people from the internet. I'm not doing that. I don't think it's safe to accept other people's used makeup if you don't know them. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, I'm gonna take you through and I'm gonna tell you why I'm getting rid of certain things, because I think some things, it might actually shock you when you see what I'm passing along here. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to do this on the floor behind me here, so hopefully the lighting and stuff is okay, but let's go ahead and head down there and see what we're getting rid of. Okay, so quick overview here for you guys. These are the things that we're gonna run through. Let's get started over on this end. The Paula's Choice, the Nude Mattes. These are great matte eyeshadows. I just don't reach for this because I have other nude matte shadows that I like better, I guess. But these really aren't bad. It's a nice collection of everyday matte eyeshadows that I think will, somebody will really enjoy using this. So get rid of that. I do have two Naked palettes here. And before you gasp too loudly, these are actually backups. These were from my professional kit. I haven't done makeup professionally in a few years now. I gave it up because I wanted to do flowers full time. So these were left over from my kit. I still have both of these in my collection, my personal ones, but I don't need to keep the ones that I had for my kit. So these are, they're decently well used. I mean, I did quite a bit of bridal and boudoir makeup. I already gave my second Naked 2 palette away, so that's already gone. And then obviously the Naked 3. The Naked 3 was really nice for bridal makeup, honestly. So pigmentation isn't super amazing on this one, but I mean, it was good for very natural looks. So anyway, I'm gonna sanitize these as well and pass them along. I have a Stila palette. Whoops. I have a Stila palette here that has some really fun colors in it. This was hard for me to part with because I really love this shade and this shade in this palette, but I have other shades like it in other palettes, so it's not worth keeping. I mean, when do you ever see me wearing fuchsia, blue, or emerald green? Very rarely. I think this will go to a better use somewhere else. Another Stila palette here. This is just one that I think I actually found at Nordstrom Rack. I used the heck out of that base shade up there, you can tell. I think I'm gonna pry that cream product out of there. It's one of the convertible lip and cheek products from Stila. I don't think that's super safe to pass along, but the eyeshadows should be just fine once they're sanitized. So should this highlighter, because it's a powder product. So yeah, this should be okay to pass along. another Paula's Choice eyeshadow. This was actually a freebie, and I think I used it maybe once or twice. And I mean, it was nice, but I'm not reaching for this, so it can go. It did come with this tiny, tiny little eyeshadow brush there. Okay, so we have 3 Cargo palettes here. Cargo used to be sold at Sephora, and this was actually my very last purchase from Cargo before they left Sephora. And it's a nice palette. It has some face products in the bottom, and then obviously eyeshadows on the top. They're good quality. I don't know about the quality of Cargo shadows anymore. I honestly haven't purchased from them in quite a number of years in terms of powder products, but these are decent pigmentation. They are just not colors that I'm going to use anytime soon. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and sanitize this and pass it along. I honestly haven't reached for it in so long. The face products are really pretty. Almost tempted to keep this, but I'm not going to use these. So we're gonna sanitize that and pass it. Here's another Cargo eyeshadow palette. This one I purchased at Ulta. And then the Cargo Hands of Hope eyeshadow palette, also purchased at Ulta. Just not reaching for it. So you can see here, like I bought a lot of these thinking I would use these brighter shades on a regular basis, but I just don't. This is the reason that I never went for the new Kat Von D metal matte eyeshadow palette. I'm pretty neutral at this point in my life. So this one might come as a little bit of a shocker. This is the Pure Love Your Selfie. It is not that I don't like this. It's just that I'm not reaching for it, and I really want it to go to a good home. I never even used the lip products in here, so I am passing those along. I swatched them, and that was it. But there's some face products in there and some eyeshadows. It's good quality. It's a great palette. I'm just not reaching for it. I want it to get some good use, so I'm passing that one along. Ooh, the collectors out there are probably cringing right now. This is a Too Faced holiday collection from quite a number of years ago. This is the Enchanted Glamourland. I actually kind of feel bad passing this one along because this is pretty old. I want to say this is from 2010 or 2011 possibly. But once sanitized, I think it'll be okay. So, I mean, this packaging is like nuts, right? It had this whole like pop out scene here, and then the eyeshadows are actually in here. So the eyeshadows are quite honestly very rarely used. So some of these I didn't even use at all, but I think it's still okay to pass it along once they're sanitized. You know, also, if my nieces don't want any of this stuff, I always tell them they can just throw it in the garbage. A couple of eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore here. These are both Physicians Formula. If you are on a really tight budget and you are looking for some good matte eyeshadow palettes, these would be 2 that I would recommend. They're probably $6 each. Good quality, just not being reached for. There is a Victoria's Secret eyeshadow duo here in the colors Nude Shell. I haven't used this in years. Needs to go. This is basically brand new. This is from Smashbox. It's one of their holiday releases. Whoops. I think I only swatched this. So somebody else can get some use out of it. Not a bad product, just I'm not reaching for it. Another Lorac palette. Crazy. I can't believe I'm getting rid of all this stuff, but it feels really good. So there's cheek product and then some eye products. Clearly not colors that are really everyday friendly. Very shimmery, very dark, very smoky, and not my everyday wear. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this along for somebody else to play with. I have an eyeshadow single here from Jacinthe Beauty, and I just don't have a Z palette to put this in. I think that my nieces have Z palettes, so it's a nice shade, so they can have it. Urban Decay eyeshadow single in the color Cult. I don't need 2. I still have one in my drawer. This one I'm passing along. a NYX eyeshadow in nude from their Nude Matte line in Leather and Lace. This is actually an eyebrow powder from Bare Minerals in Ash Blonde. It doesn't match my current hair color, which is gray, so there's that. If you hear anything, that's Stella freaking out outside of my door. She needs another snack. She goes back to school tomorrow, thankfully. So this is the NYX eyeshadow. It's just one of their singles in Root Beer. Very pretty, but I don't think I ever actually used it. I think I just swatched it. So, oh wait, biggie over here. This. This was a Tarte limited edition holiday release that I just never used. So there's eyeshadows in the top. There's blushes in the second drawer. Again, I don't think I ever really used these. I maybe used this one a few times. And then these are glosses that I never even opened. So I'm leaving those in there. I think maybe I swatched them, but I never put these on my lips. I don't know if they're still good. I will let whoever gets the palette determine that, since I didn't put them on me. They can, you know, if they taste bad, pass them along, but, or throw them in the garbage. But these eyeshadows, you can see they're basically all the same colors that are usually released with these holiday packages. So I already have these. This is so bulky. I mean, this thing is huge. This is ridiculous. Packaging does not need to be this big. Take note. Or this big. I mean, that's crazy. Anyway, all right, so these are the eyeshadow products I'm getting rid of, and then tomorrow you'll see everything else that I pulled out. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.